Team, let's start lying on the back, like so. And coming down always like very, very kindly to your body. So you can shift to one side and roll. And Gail, just find yourself as comfortable as you can with Babe. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. And for us guys on the floor, if there's room, have your arms out to the side. If not, of course, bring the hands down. Just out to the side, I think it's quite nice so you can feel the breath moving into the side ribs. So wherever you are, invite the eyes to close and take a conscious inhale through the nose and a full conscious exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then let the mouth close. And simply notice your state right now. So what behavior are you bringing into your space, onto your mat today? So Priya, you said you felt a little flustered, so it could be that you're feeling that remnants of that energy. Nicole, you said you were feeling quite excited to just be able to do this, and maybe you're feeling that kind of buzz of excitement. So whatever you're feeling, just observe what current state you're bringing into your practice without judgment. That's kind of the key. And then throughout the practice, we might tap into that and just see if things are shifting for you or not. So open up the eyes and let's cross the right leg over the left. So you're coming with your legs crossed. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, drop both your knees over to the right. Go as far as feels okay on your lower back. So this is quite nice rinsing into the back body. And then slowly as you exhale, drop the navel and bring the knees back center. And we'll do that one more time. So take a deep breath in at the top and then exhale, let the knees fall really slowly over to the right. And then reach your left arm up over the head, back of the hand touches the floor if possible. And then see if you can reach the fingertips away from the left hip. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, draw the knees back center and bring the arm back to its start position. Whoa. And then let's place both feet to the floor. So knees on top of the ankles, and then bring the hands to the belly. And you can make a little mudra, so the index finger and thumb touching. Index fingers roughly kind of resting on the pubic bones, elbows touch down, and then begin to rock the pelvis. So press the lower back into the floor and feel the bottom squeeze a little bit, and then bring the pubic bones forward and down so you feel the lower back lift and arch. And then repeat that, but really go in a pace that feels quite slow and mindful. So you're really kind of connecting to what's happening in your body. So you might be observing as you exhale, tuck and lower the lower back to the floor, how the back of the legs engage. And then when you come to that rocking the pelvis forward, how the navel kind of spreads and everything opens up. And then come center when you're finished. Arms back out to the side, and we'll do the twist on the other side. So what is it? Left on top of right. And let your foot hang. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale really slowly, mindfully drop the knees over to the left. And stop wherever you feel too much sensation. You just want to feel enough. Inhale at the bottom. And then exhale, feel the navel descend towards the spine as you lift the knees back up. And we'll do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, drop the knees over to the left. And pause here, folks. And then sweep the right arm over the head, back of the hand rests down. And take a full breath in into the side body. Good. Exhale, come back up center, and then let's release the hands down by the sides, bring the feet to the floor. So we'll take a couple of bridges. So really plant your feet down, spread the toes, and then exhale, curl up. So you're pulling the pelvis backwards and rolling up, keeping the ribcage heavy, so you're not popping the ribs out. And then let's sweep the arms over the head, back to the hands to the mat if possible. Good. And then slowly, let's take an exhale and roll all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time. And let's just do that one more time. So inhale at the bottom, ground your feet strong, and then exhale, rock your pelvis and curl up, and see if you can coordinate the arms with that. Again, keeping the ribcage heavy like a wet sponge. And then exhale, curling all the way down. Good. Lovely. And then let's bring the knees into the chest. Give yourselves a cuddle, and then lightly sway from side to side, and see if you can let the head rock and sort of trail behind the knees. So you're kind of getting into the back of the neck and where the head meets the neck, that little joint there. And then coming center, either roll to the side and come up, or if you feel for it, make a little ball and curl up using your legs. Whee! Yeah. Good. And then let's shift on to all fours. So bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Yes. And let's tuck the toes. So take a moment, just notice your positioning. So if your belly's pulling forward and you're creating a lot of curve in the lower back, see if with your hand, as you exhale, see if you can sort of spread the navel back a little bit without being too tense, because you still want to breathe. And then begin to rock forwards and backwards. Yeah. And then, so here, feeling where you're initiating the movement. So feet press into hands, and then hands rock back into the feet. Really spread through the hands, loves. Yeah. And you can go a little bit faster if you want to play with tempo, or you can keep it quite slow and mindful. So see where you are today. Those of us who are feeling for it, you can now lift off the knees and stay low. So you're getting quite a lot of work in the legs. And be very careful not to bring the shoulders too far forward of the wrists. Maybe 3, 2, and then slowly let's come into down dog. So bum goes back towards the heels, and then reach the hips up as you bring the head between the hands. Take a full breath in, and then exhale through the mouth. Go, ah. Good. And then let's walk the hands back, ground the heels, make sure your feet are as wide apart as you need, and then take hold of the elbows and dangle. Definitely apply a bend in the knees, and then have a little sway side to side. Even let the heads of the shoulder heads drop down towards the floor. Good, and then release the hands. You can even bring your hands to your lower back, or just below that, the sacrum. Press down and slowly curl up. So let the head move towards the tail as you curl up. One vertebrae at a time. Ooh. Okay, and then when you're there, inhale, circle the arms up. You can touch the palms. And then exhale, soften the knees and bring the hands to the heart, looking forward. Good. Lovely. And then let's bring both hands to the belly. You can make that same mudra. And either look towards the top of your mat and the eyes really soft, the muscles around the eyes softening, or close off the eyes. And then come back into that noticing, observing your sort of energetic behavioral state you're in now. Has anything shifted even after just a few dynamic movements, or not? And then slowly open the eyes. So you can stay where you are. I'm just going to shift to face you. I'm not mirroring because I'm not sure how that works on Zoom. So, but it doesn't matter anyway. So feet apart and spread through the toes, let the toes ground, let your arms dangle. So this is to kind of working through the upper back because we get, especially breastfeeding or feeding, and now as they get bigger, picking up and all that, it gets very sticky. So we're going to get a little bit into there. So feel very top of your head, almost like a fountain of water. Imagine like there's a fountain of water shooting up through the spine and out into the head. So there's like a lot of up energy through the floor. And then from here, drop your right ear to your right shoulder and let the weight of your head and your shoulder curl you over to the right. And then you pause where the ribs kind of meet the hip almost. And then let the head drop forward and round upper back. So you're not going past the waist height. It's almost like you're draping over a pole or something. And then move over to the left. And then slowly come back up. Let the head trail behind. And we'll do that again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let the head fall to the right. This time, let the left arm come up and over, soft knees, and then curl forward. And then exchange arms. So the right arm sweeps over to the left, and then it's the arm that circles all the way up. And you can even lift the chest. Let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, circle. And this time, just come through center and let's curl all the way back up. Good. And before we do the other side, take little knee bounces and let your arms dangle. Tuck, tuck, tuck. So you feel like the bones are just dropping down, 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 down. And then straighten the legs. Even there's a little bend, take a deep breath in, over to the left. So left to right, left ear. And let that move into the waistline. Slowly curl forward. Over to the right. Let your breath be organic. And then slowly come up. And then let's lift up through the right arm. So you're applying a little bit more weight. Circling forward. Rolling over to the right. Making a big circle. Lift the chest. Whoa. Good. Really fill your space. Come through center and then curl all the way up to standing. Good. So you can even bring your hand. Who's that there? Oh, lovely. Who's that? Nicole. I'll admit her. So bring your hand. Touch your thumb and index finger to here, kind of where your rib cages meet. And I want to imagine like you had a bit of string that's attached to say, let's go for the right hip. So it's almost like your leg is as long as your torso. So step your left foot forward. Yes, you're kind of moving to the middle of the mat. And then feeling like your leg originates from up near the ribs, lift your knee up. See if you can get a little lightness and a little bend in that support knee. And then roll the ankle. And if you want, you can bring the other arm out. You can go one way and then the other way. Yeah. And then adding some swinging just to sort of push you off balance a little bit. So let the leg swing forward and backward, and it might pull you off balance ever so slightly. So finding a spot somewhere to look. And if you want, you can let both arms come out to the side and let them flail about a bit. Yeah, all the while calm, super calm. Nothing bad's going to happen. And then step the right foot forward. So really overdo it. So articulate the foot, heel through to the toe, ball and toe. Then imagine again as if your left leg now, the hip, imagine the hip was all the way up near the ribs. And roll out the ankle. You can bring the arm out to help. And then have a play, let the leg drop. And let the foot be all floppy. And the support knee, really important that it's not locked. And if you want, you can let both arms come out to the side. Yeah, drop and swing. Good, it's like my dance days. And then slowly come back to center. So now you're at the top of the mat, I hope. Yeah. Let's bring the hands to rest on the thighs, bend the knees. And then as you exhale, lead the chest forward, ripple down. And then as you inhale, breathe into the space between the ribs, the shoulder blades as you roll up. So do a few rolling, rippling actions through the spine. So inhale, let the heart reach forward. And then exhale, curl all the way up. I think I changed the breath. Let's go for an exhale coming forward. Because I think it's quite nice to feel the inhale here in between the shoulder blades. Really puff that space up. This time, exhale, come all the way down. So really feel into the hip crease. Yeah. Hands to the mat. And then slide the left foot back. And bring the right knee down. And come up to a kneeling position. So this might be where you need something underneath your knee. If it's uncomfortable. So rather than being forward, we're quite high. And then take the left hand outside the right knee. So you kind of got a little barrier. And then when you're ready, make a big wheel with the right hand. So reach the right arm up. And then let the rib cage and the focus look behind. And then trail the fingertips down. Let's do that twice more. And you can connect maybe with an inhale as you reach up. Lovely, ladies, and an exhale as you come down. Last time. So inhale, follow the sensation. So maybe you want to really reach up and come down. Oh, have I frozen? There I am. And then bring the hands to the mat. Good. And then shift into an all fours position. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, send the chest forward, lift your tail just a touch. And then exhale, look between your knees and options to hover off the knees 5 or so inches. One more time, inhale, send the chest forward, neck super duper long. And then exhale, drop your head, look between your thighs and maybe hover off the knees. And then drop the knees down, point the toes. Press the hands forward to send your bum back. Yes. And then let's curl onto hands and knees again. So inhale, round forward. Breathe into the space between the shoulders. So shoulders come on top of the wrists. And then slowly come down to the belly. For 5, 4. Back of the head lifted. 3, 2, soft landings. 1. Are we good? Lovely. Sphinx pose. So bring the forearms down. And they're on top of the forearms. Shoulders on top of the elbows. And really send your palms down so that you rise up out of the shoulders. So feeling again the head and the neck lifted. Maybe even a little no with the head. A little yes with the head. Good. And then from here, let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, peel up onto your knees. Whoa. And feel your ribcage rise into the back of the shoulder blades. And then inhale slowly, thighs, hips, belly, chest lifts. Let's just do that one more time. So exhale, you can exhale through the mouth. Roll up onto the knees, push into the hands and the forearms, and then slowly curl down. Hands slide underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, push up onto the knees, try and go up in one piece, bum back, and then up you pop into down dog again. So head between the hands. Good. And you can always be here on all fours if you don't want to be in down dog. So wherever you are, down dog or on all fours like me, inhale, reach up the right leg. So you're either in three-legged dog or all fours, right leg lifted. And then exhale, bring the knee into the chest and step between the hands. Wonderful. This time, keep the left knee lifted. Hands to the hips. Look towards your back leg. Whoa. Bend the back knee and slowly curl up. Wobbly, 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 wobbly. Good. Hands to hips. Slowly straighten the front leg. So both legs are straight. Again, feel like that energy is rising up from the floor all the way through the inseams of the leg, top of the head. And then bend both knees, exhale, and hover the left knee a few inches off the mat. And then inhale, push back up. Or a breath that works for you. Last time, exhale, bend the knee. Front knee on top of ankle. Inhale, push back up. And then from here, good. Bend the front knee. And then feel the pelvis spill forward. Send your torso forward. And then bring the back foot in a few inches. So from here, I'm going to shift back, so otherwise I'm going to headbutt the wall. Hands to heart or the hips. Slowly peel off that left foot and see if you can keep the right knee somewhere on top of the right ankle. Whoa. And you can either be here or maybe you want to move more into a warrior 3 position. Yeah, so I'm going to stay more in a diagonal because I really like that feel. Hands to heart, hips, or maybe even out to the side. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Eagle eyes. Exhale, bend the right knee. Ooh, inhale, straighten, hello. Last time, exhale, bend the right knee. And slowly either bring the left knee into the chest or bring the ball of left foot to the floor first. So you can either be here or go for it. And let the shin dangle from the knee. Right hand outside left knee. And we'll do the circles here. So inhale, sweep the left arm up. Maybe look behind you or out to the side. And then exhale, whoa, come down. Maybe twice more. Or maybe you just want to do one more super duper slow, mindful. So this is where we want to be quite secure in the legs, but then there's a feeling of grace and ease through the upper body. Maybe. Okay, one more circle. And when you're finished, hands to the heart. How was that? And then with full awareness, send the left foot down and get taller, taller and taller and taller and taller and taller and taller until you land. Boop. Separate the feet. Reach the arms over the head. We'll take one swing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, go ha. Inhale, come up. And exhale, release the hands back into our little mudra. Yeah, you can eyes open or eyes closed and check in. How are you feeling now? Or maybe how the sensations of the body are affecting you. Maybe there's tingling, maybe there's little aches. And then taking all that information and slowly open the eyes. Good, so bring the feet as wide as you wish. We're going to go into chair pose. Bring the hands, I like to go here because I really enjoy. Is this like a really new movement person? I love feeling that bit. I bloody love it. So what I do is I bring my thumb here and I really give my hip a lot of space. So you can do that as well. Just love it. Just love it. Love it. So really beautiful functional pose. We do a lot of picking up, hey? So bringing the shins back in space a little bit. And then if the back allows, you can always stay here. Send the arms back. Not that I've ever been skiing, but kind of a ski position. And lightly draw the shoulder blades towards the middle of your back. Then slowly as you inhale, like these are your wings, unfurl your wings. You'll feel the palms spin, rotate as you send the bum back as the arms reach forward. Take a full breath in, yes, and then exhale, cascade forward. Good. Let's slide the right leg back. So we've got all that on the other side, knee down, up we pop. So right hand outside the knee. And then in your own time, take 3 or 4 of those big circles. And you might even play a little bit with bringing the torso forward and maybe even rolling the chest up to the ceiling a little bit this round. So see kind of where the body is leading you. You might even wish to kind of pause. Maybe you want to pause in the twist for a moment and feel the breath really spread through the back of the body. And then when you're good and ready, hands find the floor and shift back into tabletop. So please, we'll add on. You can either stay doing this one we did before, or we can add a little twist, which means we'll be going on one hand and the other. So lift off the knees if you're going there. Shift the heels to the left, but keep the knees really bent. Push into the left hand, come out of the shoulder, and send the arm up. Yeah. And then slowly, like the hand is being magnetized back to the floor, glue it down, knee shift. And it's quite nice to feel the pelvis do the rocking. So your pelvis rocks over to the right, bum view. Push strongly, like you're wanting a double decker up. Push a double decker up the hill and then lift up the left hand. And then that left hand magnetizes towards the mat. Pop. Either child's pose or down dog. Good. So you can roll forward onto the belly like we did earlier, or inhale, shift into a high plank. Yeah, we'll just be here for a wee moment. Good. Avoid dumping into the lower back. So almost imagine like you're squeezing something between your legs. Lower the knees. Slowly come down to the belly in 5, 4, 3. Elbows brush back. 2, 1. Plop. Forearms down. And then 2 of those rolling up into forearm plank. So exhale, roll up onto the knees. Your choice, depending on how far along you are postpartum, you might come off the knees and slowly come down. So I'll leave this one up to you. Do one more. Exhale. Let the exhale breath be the breath that initiates the movement. Yeah. And then when you're good and ready, come into Sphinx. And I like to sort of feel like my toes could reach the back of the room. So the legs are really long. Exhale, slowly release. Your choice to come into the briefest of brief child's poses. Or go straight into down dog, my lovelies. Yeah. So your choice here is to do a 3-legged dog or come onto the knees. So inhale, sweep up your left leg. Yes, and then exhale, bring the knee into the chest, round the spine, dome the back, and that's the bit of space that will help you get the foot through. And then lift off the back knee, look towards the back foot, bend the back knee, hands to hips, and then as you root down, roll up. Whee. Good. Press through both feet, inhale. So it's got that lovely feeling of rebound. The feet are going down and your head is rising up. Exhale, bend both knees. Hover. Inhale, push the floor away. And you might feel the ankles kind of doing a little bit of this, and that's okay. Last time. And push up. Good. And then bend the front knee. Let the pelvis, like you had 2 wheels, roll forward, and that sort of takes your torso with it, your spine. Drag the back foot in. And then when you're ready, I'll shift back. Start to lift off the back leg. And again, you can kind of stay like me in a diagonal line or come into more of a capital T position. Knee on top of the heel, little bend. Here we go. Little knee bends. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, push the floor away, straighten it up. Exhale, bend. Find a spot to look at. Inhale, straighten. Let's see if we can do 2 more. Exhale, bend. One side is probably wildly different than the other. Inhale. This time, exhale, bend the knee. Calm face. Slowly, knee into the chest or tap the foot to the floor. Twist, hand outside the knee. Let the shin dangle from the knee. And then off you go. Taking those big circles with the hand, your right hand. And you might find that you can be brave enough to take the head and the neck for a little jolly. And you know what? If that's the thing that falls you off balance, that's okay, because this is when we kind of push a little bit our limits, we can sort of grow and strengthen from there in a safe way. Oh yeah, maybe there's a moment you wish to pause in the twist. Good choices, folks. Well done. Hands come to heart. And be really curious, as you send the right leg down, can you grow taller through the body? Yeah, until the foot lands. Beautiful. Separate the feet, one swing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open the mouth and go. Inhale, come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. So before we head to the floor, I'm going to turn to face the side. And you can do the same because we'll open the legs and we'll just do triangle on right and left. Just to get a classic asana in. Yoga. Tick. So I've got my right foot turned to the back of the mat and my left toes either to the side or slightly turned in, which I enjoy. Heel to back arch. Bring your back hand, so this is my left hand to my left hip, right hand out to the side. And then press your hips into your left hand and imagine like someone was pulling your right hand towards the right. And that same feeling of like a fountain of water flying up. So there's lots of rising energy from the feet. Yeah, lovely. And slowly bring the hand to the shin and arm up to the ceiling. So you can even turn the bottom palm forward, so just to make sure you're not having a moment to rest. So especially for postpartum, you might even think about coming up a little higher in the torso and finding a more space with the underneath ribs, like they're reaching away. For 3, try not to hold the breath, loves. 2, exhale, look down. Bend the front knee and then use that down force through that foot. So push down to come up. Yeah. And then spin the feet to the other side. Back hand to hip. You can even do a little hip wiggle here. Let's get a bit of movement here. And then press the hip into the back hand. Feel as if someone's pulling you forward. Front knee, little bent. And at the last moment, when you can't reach anymore, hand floats. Feather light touch. Arm lifts. Again, that feeling of energy rising like a fountain of water. Yeah. And you can find a position that's comfortable in your neck. Maybe just a couple more breaths here. Really send that bottom lung forward away from the hip. Ooh, yeah, look down. And then to come up, bend the knee and use the strength of your legs to lift your torso up. And then parallel the feet and then come to the back of the mat. So send the front foot to the back. Yes, and then turn to face the mat. And we're going to curl down. So let the arms dangle. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let the head, the chin move towards the chest, the shoulders to fold forward, and slowly curl down, bend the knees as you go. Top of the head, yeah, the idea of like water spilling down into the floor. And then when you land, crawl the hands out all the way, either onto the hands and knees or take a moment into a plank and slowly come onto the belly. Good. So last little thing, a teacher I really likes, she calls these serpentine cobras. So they're not really very sort of technical, so it's more movement. So with that said, really glue the feet down and engage the legs, the kneecaps lift a little bit. So let's roll over to the left. So you're pushing into the right hand, roll the right shoulder back, then the left shoulder back, and then you're just going to keep on rolling. Yeah, so you're having a little dance. You are that slippery, slidey, sensuous little snake sliding on the mat. Yeah, and you can explore how high you want to go. Maybe you change directions. Maybe you keep it really low, low and slow. Yeah, so you're finding a little freedom and play whilst the legs are kind of the disciplinarian. They're keeping you anchored. Yeah, and then when you feel like that's enough, maybe hold a position that feels like it's getting somewhere in your body, somewhere useful. Yeah. Take a full breath in and a full breath out as you slowly come down. Feel like your ribcage is moving forward. Head lands, and then come into child's pose. So I like to have my knees wide, and then you can bring the forehead onto the forearms and let the weight of the head just rest. Maybe a little rock of the hips side to side could be nice too. And then as we're here, maybe again, travel in and just notice how you're feeling now. What are you sensing even? So maybe it's physical sensations. And then bring the hands beneath the shoulders and slowly curl up. So I'm going to face you. And I won't mirror again, but so I hope that doesn't confuse you. So this is my right leg is forward. So I'm in like a little figure four, like that. And don't worry too much if that bottom hip doesn't come down. You can sit yourself, prop your bum on a cushion if that helps. Oh, that's quite nice. I like that. So here, right foot forward, right hand out to the side, left hand on the hip. Ha. So press down through the top of the left foot and let that be the force that sends your left hip up and forward. And then that kind of spirals into the rib cage, into the shoulders, and then you look behind you. And then let the weight of your bum and your pelvis be the thing that comes down first. And then you reverse the unspirals, and then it'll be the ribs, the shoulders, and the head last. And you can add like a little arm movement as well. So pressing through that left foot, and then find that spiral. And then let the bum land first, and then really sequentially unravel and let the arm trail. And let's do it one more time. And there's something I think quite regal about this. Makes me feel very regal. I feel like I imagine myself wearing some sort of like velour or velvet. A velvet robe. I don't know where I'm going. So here, so come back here and we'll hold the twist. So hand can meet the knee. And you can bring the back hand further round, maybe even just lightly find the hip. Yeah, and I'm happy for the hip to be lifted. If you ground the hip, that could be nice, but then you don't have to go in such a big twist. And then slowly come center. Good. Before we do the other side, send the legs out for a V for victory. This could be where you sit on your cushion, especially if you're a little bit tighter. And then roll out the ankles a bit. Roll out the feet, let the knees move around. Good. And then send the arms out to the side. Exhale, bring the right hand to the floor, send the left hand over the head. Glue your bum down. Push into the bottom hand. Inhale, lift it up. And that's the thing that you suspend and then exhale. So getting a little bit of rebound back in the body. Inhale, and off you go. I think after pregnancy and birth, you lose, because of the pelvic floor and a number of things, I think that you lose that sense of rebound. So it's like you're walking almost in sand. That's how I kind of felt after having Henry. So I wanted to get back that rebound. Yeah, that takes time. Maybe one more before we do the other side. Yeah. And then, so it's the left in front of the right. Left hand out, right hand to the hip. So press the bottom foot down, the back foot down, and then roll the hip and spiral. And then the bum lands first, and then you unravel. And then you can add the arm if that felt good. That felt like a sort of joyful thing to do. Because sometimes, I mean, function over form, yes, but sometimes it's just nice to be pretty. La, da, da, da. Yeah. And then this time, maybe we hold the twist, hey. So you can keep your hip grounded. That might feel better for your spine. Or you might lift the back hip a little bit, or the back bum cheek. It's up to you. Good. Well done. Really nice. And then slowly unravel. So from here, let's make sure you have all your warm stuff at hand before we come to rest. So your choice to either roll down through center if that's a happy place, or roll to one side. I just think this is so nice. So you just kind of slide the underneath hand in, and then you roll onto your back. Something quite lovely and sweet about that. And then feet to the floor. Feet to the floor, yeah. Good. And then lift the right leg up to the ceiling, point the toes. So if you've got tighter hamstrings, you might have to have a little bend in the knees. And then imagine you've got paint on your toes, on the tips of your toes. And then with that paint, make circles on the ceiling. So it's like you're drawing a circular picture. Or maybe you want to get super creative and you just start making any sort of shapes you like. And you're sort of exploring a little bit the movement of the leg in relationship to the support of your abdominals. So keep that left foot rooted down. Keep the breath moving. Like we did in the bridges, like feeling as if the rib cage was heavy, like a sponge full of water. As we explore that dynamic hip movement and as well a little bit of support through the navel. Ooh, good. And then slowly bring the right foot to the floor. And left foot's down, right foot long, and then send the right arm over the head, and then really reach the right heel away from the right fingertips. You can let the ribs flare a little bit so you can kind of go there, and then release the right arm out to the side again. And as you exhale, descend the navel as you bring the right foot to the floor and drag the foot back so the feet are on the floor underneath the knees. And then we do the other side. So pick up that left foot, paint the foot with ink or colourful paint and start making circles. You can go one way a few times and then the other. All the while, keep that right foot planted, the knee pointing upward, And then you can stay as you are, or maybe explore a little bit the range of motion in that left hip. Maybe the foot comes down to the floor, maybe the knee opens out to the side. All the while, keep that kind of support through the abdominals, so you can really exhale and spread the navel so it's not popping out. We just don't want the belly to pop up. Yeah. And then when you're ready, foot comes down, leg comes down long, flex the foot as if you were standing, and then send the left arm over the head and reach the heel away from the fingertips and the fingertips away from the heel. You could even let your ribs expand a little bit, so you're really kind of going that really out, open. And then as you release, exhale, slowly graze the left foot to the floor and bring the feet to the mat. Good. And then from here, your choice, see how this goes on your lower back. You can either go to happy baby, hands to feet, shins, or behind the knees. Or if your lower back is happy enough, you could go into Supta Baddha Konasana. And for me, I need something underneath my lower back these days. So see where you want to be, and you can change your mind. Yeah, and I'll have a look at you. Yeah, lovely, yes. And if you're a very happy baby, you can sway from side to side. So, my lovelies, this is the moment where you get yourself warm. So if you want to just grab yourself some socks or a jumper. And, I mean, you kind of know what you need to be doing for your resting. But you can have, I quite enjoy, so I'm still here. I haven't left you. So I've got these two little funky little groovy cushions. I like to put them under my knees here, and then this under my head, and then bring the tip of the cushion around my shoulders, like, you know, when you're on an airplane. Remember those? Remember travel? Holy moly, this is comfy. Yes, you could do that. And if at any point your lower back is really displeased with you, bring your feet to the floor, even drop your knees together. Yeah. So if you started a little bit later, so it's 12:30 now. I understand if you have things you need to be doing, you need to leave. But if you can stay for another 5 minutes, that'd be excellent. Well done. So always the option to close your eyes. And then before we really dive in, become aware of if there's any little movements you need to make. Maybe there isn't any, but maybe you want to just shift here and there just to get optimal comfort. And do that. Yeah, and we'll do quite a brief yoga nidra together. So yoga sleep. And if at any point you feel the urge to move and that urge doesn't go away, please do change your body position. So you're not a prisoner. Always be comfortable. So, as and when you're ready, draw in a full breath in through the nose. And give a full breath out through the mouth. And as you breathe in, feel the coolness and calmness spreading throughout the body. And as you breathe out, imagine as if that burden, that sense of cares and worries and anxieties is leaving. So you're breathing in coolness, calmness, serenity. And exhaling worry, any troubles that might be affecting you right now. Breathing in calmness. Exhaling any worries, even just for a few moments. Now become aware of the body. And invite the physical body to let go and be held by the mat, by the ground beneath you. And observe all the sounds you hear in the room. And allow your hearing to follow the sounds without really trying to identify them. So the sounds kind of arise and fall away. Feel your body lying on the floor. Feel the sensations of your whole body lying down. Your whole body lying on the floor. And then say to yourself mentally, I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. I will remain awake and alert and relaxed. Now this is a moment where you can bring a drop of an intention into your practice, and this is a resolve, a sankalpa, and it is very personal. So for a moment, maybe think of what you would like to bring into your day today. What behaviors, desires, intentions do you want to make real and tangible into your day today? And then if anything arises, you could repeat that sensation, that feeling, even that word in your mind's eye in the present tense. So you could say, I am peaceful. And then moving your awareness around the physical body. And as your mind lands on each body part in turn, see if you can bring with it a sense of spaciousness and ease. Bring your attention to your right hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. The palm, the back of the hand, the right wrist, forearm and elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the right side of the waist, right hip, right bottom, thigh, knee, shin, ankle, top of the right foot, heel, sole of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Become aware now of the whole of the right side of your body. Bring your attention now to the left hand thumb, ring finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand and back of the hand, left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the left waist and hip, the left buttock, thigh, knee, shin and calf, the left ankle, top of the left foot, heel, sole of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. The whole of the left side of the body, spacious and relaxed. Become aware now of your breath once again, the coolness of the breath as it moves in throughout the body, cool and calm. Observing the exhale, warm air moving out into the space. And this awaken the sensations of the body. So feeling lightness, as if the body is made of cotton. And it's like your body is floating an inch off the floor. Next, feeling the body heavy, as if it was sinking into wet sand. So heavy is the body that if you rolled to one side, you would leave an imprint behind. Awaken the sensation of heat, the feeling of a warm summer's day. Awaken the sensation of cold, like a frosty morning. Notice that you are awake and alert, as well as relaxed and calm. Now moving through some rapid visualizations, and notice the images land in your mind's eye and leave. Mountains, a river, the ocean, red rose, stars, running horses, a forest, clouds, a meadow, church, pebbles on the beach, a gate, a medieval castle, a lake, a boat on stormy seas, open skies, the earth. Vividly visualize yourself in your favorite place. May it be a garden, a beach, your bedroom. Notice how you feel relaxed and at ease and completely whole and safe in your favorite place. Notice what you see. Maybe you reach your hand out and you touch something in your favorite place. How does it feel? Can you smell a beautiful aroma in your favorite place? Can you taste? And stay in your situation for a few more moments. And as you stay in your most favorite place, notice your mind becoming more and more at ease, the body more and more relaxed. Mentally repeat in your mind's eye your affirmation, your sankalpa 3 times. I am. Slowly bring your awareness back to the breath. Notice your body outstretched on the floor. So be aware of the boundaries of your body, your physical existence. See if you can remember the environment you're in now. Visualize the walls, the objects in the room. And slowly your mind starts to externalize. No need to hurry. You can rest here knowing that you're about to move, but you don't. And slowly and steadily, knowing that the practice of Yoga Nidra is at its close, start to maybe swallow and yawn. You could rub the face, stretch the hands over the head. Make some sound. We didn't make any sound today, just not enough time. So you haven't got the sound on, you can always do your the humming. You could always hum as you stretch and yawn and make lots and lots of lovely sounds through the throat. And squeeze the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side. So here, let the eyes open, but keep your focus down as you slowly come up to seated. And then once you've found your comfy seat, reclose the eyes and let your hands rest where you want them to rest. And let's actually bring one hand on top of the heart so you can fold right on left, left on right. And before you head out into the rest of your day, once again, tune in on you. So the sensations, maybe how you're feeling. Observing any shifts, if there have been any shifts. And sort of knowing that, obviously, as we live our lives, it's never static. So the more we can practice being adaptable and graceful within the ever unending change that is life, I think we might be a little bit, just that little bit more joyful. So I'll end with an Om, so you can join in or listen, or if you prefer to hum, just to make a bit of sound. So inhale. And a little bow of your head to your heart. I like to think of like my brain, recognizing the wisdom of my body. I sometimes like to think of that, and vice versa. And with great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Om Shri Matre Namaha. Thank you so much. Cheers, lovelies. Thank you for playing.